Yeah, hello everyone. So hope you all are doing well. So we have already covered most of the things in adaptive picker. So today we will discuss the context parameter. So using the context parameter, we can display different fields depending upon some condition. So let's see. So as a prerequisite, so if you haven't gone through these videos, then please check that one first. Then only you can continue this one. So one is adaptive picker overview, then implementing the picker and configuring the picker layout. So now let's discuss what is our use case. So in the previous session, we added a claim management object in the Bizzle Builder and we added the dynamic choice list account field on the claim management object. So the requirement is if the record name is test, then we want to display these three fields. Otherwise, we want to display these three fields. So if you see, there are total four fields: name, address, primary contact, and registry ID. So we want to display either primary contact or registry ID depending upon some condition. Okay. So Oracle is provided very good documentation for our use case. If you see, so you can check this display different fields in a picker. So that is a very good document and Oracle is explained very well. So we will also follow the same document for our use case. So let's go to our Visual Builder configuration and Visual Builder. Okay, now let's navigate to our project. Okay, let's create a new branch for this use case. Let's go to refs and let's create a new branch from this previous one. Okay, so my new branch is already having changes that we did in the previous session. Okay, so now let's go to our workspace and let's navigate to our workspace. Okay, now let's switch to our new branch that we created just now. Okay, okay, not the sandbox. We have to go to the branch and let's test picker context. Okay, now let's click switch. Okay, now we can see a new branch updated here. So let's see whether our sales dependency is there or not. Okay, it's already there. First of all, let me show you what are the fields available. So context and let's click on the claim management list view. Okay, so list page is loaded. So let me click on the create management and let's see. Okay, so as of now, only three fields are visible. So but for my requirement, I need registry ID also, right? So let me add one more field first. So let's go to the layouts. So it's the account picker. So let's go to the account object and let's go to the picker layout. And here we have the picker layout. Okay, let's duplicate the standard one and navigate to this layout. And here what we will do, let's set the party number because for our requirement, we need the contact and the party number too. So now it's available. And now let's test whether my field is available or not. If I click create now, so now I can see primary contact and registry ID. Okay, so my first part is done. So in my picker, there should be name, address, contact, and registry. Okay, so in the second one, what I have to do, so let's follow our document now, the Oracle document. Okay, in Oracle example, they have taken payment as a custom object. For our use case, we are using claim management. Okay, so what they're saying, first step, we have to create a variable on accounts. So let's do that quickly. So cancel this one. Let's go to accounts. And let's create a variable. Click on variables and let's give it name whatever they have told. Okay, and change it to boolean. Correct. So first part is done. We have created a show contact boolean variable on the account object. Okay. What is the second? So in the JSON, okay, so what we have to do in the JSON, so depending upon the flag, we will show either the primary contact name or the formatted address. Okay. So let me copy this one and let's go to our JSON account and JSON. Okay, here we are. So let's paste it here. And instead of format address, what is our field name? It's party number. Okay, let's paste it here and remove these two fields. So instead of two fields, we will have only one field to show depending upon the show contact flag. So now second part is also done. Okay, in third part, we have to set the value in the picker context. So let me copy this one and let's go to our picker. So we will go here, claims management, and let's go to our templates. Because if you remember, we created the picker on the claim management object. So here, let's go to the context. If you see, so here is the context. So let's click on the FX. Let's change it to true. So now what should happen? So only context should be displayed, registry ID should not be displayed. Correct? Correct. Okay, so now show contact we have changed to true. So now let's test. Now let's click on create claim management. Now you see registry ID is gone. Correct? Because depending upon that flag show contact, our account picker is showing the value. So if I change it to false, false, false. Now what it will do? It will hide the contact. See, now registry ID it is showing. Correct. But that is not our use case. So we have just followed the Oracle documents, whatever they have done, but we have one more step. What is our use case? If the claim management name is test, then we have to show the primary context. So just little bit tricky on that part. So what we will do for our use case, so let's close this one now and let's go to our use case. Let's create a variable first. So on the claim management, let's create a variable. Let's, okay, test name check. So let it be a boolean variable. Okay. And let's keep the default value as false. So now what will be our logic? We will get the record name and check whether it is test or not. If yes, then we will change the variable value to true, other we will change the false, and we will put that condition into our picker context. Okay, so now let's go to the action chains and let's go to the on field value change. And now let's get the row object. And now what we will do, if event dot modified field equal to record name and So what we are saying in here, if your name field is modified, then only it will be triggered, right? And the name field should have equal to test. So there are two conditions. So it should be modified and the name should be test. Then only it will go inside. And inside what we will do? We have created a variable, local variable. So let's click on assign variable. So let's drag and drop it here. Okay. So layout level variable is already there. Test name check and change the value to true. So now what we are saying, if it is modified record name and the value is equal to test, then we are changing the variable value to true. Otherwise it will be false. Okay. Okay, now let's go to our picker. So let's go to templates. So instead here what we were doing, we are having hard coded value true false. So we won't do that now. Instead what we will do, so variable is already there, the layout level variable. So let's drag and drop it here. So now this variable is having the value whether it's true or false. So we will check whether if it is true, then we will make show contact as true, else it will be false. Straightforward. So instead of hard coded value, we are checking the record name. Depending upon that, we are setting the picker layout value. Okay, let's click on save and let's test these changes. Yes, now let's click on claim management. So let me put ABC for example. Name is ABC, then it will return false and it will show registry ID. See, now what I will do, let me change it to test. So now variable will contain the true value and it will show contact variable also give the true value, and now it will show contact. See, so that's how you can display different values using the context. So context is sorry, very strong and very powerful. Hope that one is clear. So if anything, you can just post in the comments. Thank you so much. Have a good day.